All right, Brendan, playoff hot read time. We've been through 18 weeks. I can't wait to hear this one.
Yeah, we're starting in on the first game on Saturday, Rams-Panthers. How could we have imagined that would be what we'd get to kick off the playoffs? I'm taking the Rams. -10. I understand how historic this number is, but give me the 10 points at DraftKings and the Rams. Obviously, this line is aggressive, already rising. It was 9 on the look ahead that we got at some books. This is the best team in football, the Rams, by any measure, I think. And it's also the worst team in playoffs that the Panthers are. We had some of the numbers earlier, -69 point differential, bottom 10 in the NFL, worst for any playoff team ever. Here's some more numbers. Carolina this year, outside of division against playoff teams, 2-5. Average score in those games, 28-14. The Panthers scored 16 or less all but one of those games. Guess which one? It was the win against the Rams. I'll get back to that in a second. All 5 of those losses by double digits. They averaged scoring 10.2 points a game in those games against non-division playoff teams. Losses, sorry, I don't know why I'm saying non-division playoff teams. There are no division playoff teams, it's just them. So the Tampa games don't count anymore. Those 5 losses by 11, 16, 17, 29, and 31. Guess what? Those are all higher than 10. And the Rams already have 8 wins this season by 14 or more points. We just saw today, if you paid attention, they kind of were playing with their food against the Cardinals for 3 quarters, and suddenly they won by 17 because that's how good the Rams offense is. They can sort of screw around and still blow you out. This is the number 1 offense in football. They also have the lowest variance offense. That's an insane combo to be the best offense, and that means you're the best week after week, quarter after quarter. Like I go through and check all the splits as I do prep for playoffs. They're the number 1 offense in like the first quarter, second quarter, third, and fourth quarter. They're number 1 offense first half of the season, second half of the season. They're number 1 on early downs and late downs. Like they're just the best offense. They've lapped the field. They're proven also. 13 of their 17 games this year came against teams that won 8 or more games. Stafford has been by far the best EPA per play against playoff teams. That's why he should be MVP. And here's an important note. We know how 1-score games can be a little goofy. That's what Carolina won against the Rams last time. If you flip 1-score games, it can be very revealing. What would happen if all those coin flips went the other way? The Rams would still be 13-4. They didn't really lose too many of those. The Panthers would be 4-13, worst in the NFL. That shows you just how lucky they are even to get here to this spot. And I know Rams defense is a bit vulnerable. This is not the matchup, I think, to worry about that. Carolina, bottom 10 against wide receiver 1, so Puka should have a big game. Bottom 3 DVOA against tight ends. We've talked all season about 13 personnel, all those Rams tight ends. And let's talk about the Carolina Rams game briefly. Here's what had to happen for the Panthers to win that game. 2 long touchdowns for Bryce Young on 4th down, broken play type coverages, and Stafford tipped interception in the end zone and a pick 6 right after that. Dig below all that. Rams 61-39% success rate, 76% success rate on the ground. I think they'll run all over the Panthers in this game. They only even made it to 3rd down 5 times the entire game. They're going to do anything they want offensively. If anything, we have this game, and we shouldn't be afraid of the Rams. We should know all the better how much clearly better they are as a team. We got the stat, Evan, that you gave out about the sub-500 teams. I know we have that one. I always lean that direction. Here are some stats that go the other way. Wildcard hosts that missed last year's playoffs, 14-30 ATS, 32%. That would be the Panthers. Road wildcard teams on a one-game winning streak. That's the Rams, 16-4-1, 80% cover rate. Teams that pretty much either needed to win to get in or probably tried to win to improve their position. That's what the Rams were. To me, Rams -10 and a laugher. Get ready to ride the escalator. I honestly see like a 41-10 game coming here, and I think Stafford is going to do anything he wants. The Rams running backs will do anything they want. I don't think this one's close at all.
Yeah, and you didn't even use these 2 words, and honestly, they may not need them, but Devontae Adams might be back in this one as well, which would be a nice addition. But again, maybe you just sit him and wait for the next one, or maybe he's out there as like doesn't need to do much, decoy, et cetera, et cetera. So Rams -10. And one more update, because I know your next one is Green Bay, Chicago. Green Bay now -1.5 on the road against Chicago. So that line is ping-ponging a ton. So what do you like in that game?
It is back and forth, and I'm just going to go ahead and take the Bears money line. I see a minus 104 right now, and we kind of already gave this one out. I just think there's no way the Packers should be favored in Chicago. I don't think they will be by the time we get to kickoff. I think Chicago is the better team on offense and defense right now. And frankly, I make this Chicago by over a field goal at home. So I would have them the better team with home field advantage. That's how the lines go. Packers rushing offense has faded down the stretch. Their line is injured. The Bears line is like top 3 in the NFL right now, and the rushing offense has been great. So we're going to get this Chicago cold weather Saturday night atmosphere. Running the ball will be premium. That's Bears advantage. Packers defense, bottom 10 DVOA the last 6 games, fading very hard since the Micah Parsons injury and all the other guys missing. Bears defense not good either, but last 6 games kind of like league average. I know it doesn't feel that way because we watched the Niners put up a huge score on that, but the Niners are really good. They put up a huge score on most teams, and the Bears actually are getting healthier defensively. So I think actually Green Bay's defense injuries going the wrong way. Chicago is moving in the right direction in this matchup. We'll see long term with the Bears defense, but in this one, I think they're the better defense and certainly the healthier one. And important where this game is at, Packers defense bottom 10 on the road all season. Chicago's defense on the road 30th by DVOA, at home 13th. Pretty solid. So it matters here to get the home road flip. Despite all of that, Bears Packers feels like it's going to come down to like one late drive, which quarterback can go make the magic happen. So that shouldn't necessarily get me excited to go bet a money line. I just think the Bears are the better team, and I don't think this line is at all what it should be. I don't think they'll be home dogs when we get there. So at minus 104, I'll just take the money line. And I think we get this to, I don't know. I think this closes maybe more like Bears -2. We're not going to hit the key number on the other side, but I think there'll be a solid favorite by the time we get there. What do you think?
I agree. Chicago should be the favorite. Green Bay is the bigger name, the more pedigree. Chicago seems like the hotter team, the hotter name. They did just lose to Detroit, but I just think I'll say this. It'll be interesting to see what the public splits kind of look like. Not because I really give a crap. It's more about the fact that I'm interested which way people would be interested in betting. Because I do feel like Bears, Packers, we've already seen this twice since December. So I believe it's the first time we're ever going to have 3 meetings this late into the season. So we have a lot of data to look at entering this matchup. So I'm just fascinated which way people will be betting it. But to me, I'm kind of with you on Chicago, and I'm a guy that has a bunch of Green Bay Super Bowl tickets. But honestly, I feel like I tore up kind of a quarter of those tickets a little while ago because I don't know how much faith I have with the injuries that they've gone through.